All right, so it is officially Wednesday, which means that we have hit the middle point of the week, and man, do we have a lot of leaks to go over. Surprisingly, we've gotten quite a bit of information on what exactly we're going to be getting for this weekend. Although the vast majority of it sort of is a guessing game, one thing is for sure though, and that's exactly what we're going to be getting started with. So let's transition over to the Discord server so I can show you guys. So here we are in the Grow a Garden official Discord server, specifically in the announcements channel, which is where sort of everything is getting started. Now, right off the bat, I'm sure that you guys can already see what I'm going to be talking about. But yes, yesterday at 6:37 a.m., one of the developers went ahead and posted saying this weekend is a chicken zombie update. Explore and unlock a new chicken zombie pet, seeds, gear, features, and a lot more. Where, of course, this image right here was posted, not really much of information is going on in the background. It's basically a bunch of already released stuff. You got the durian tree over here, you got some strawberries, an apple tree, bamboos, some mushrooms. The real big centerpiece here is obviously the chicken jockey. If you were there for last weekend's update, then you'll probably know that sort of the entire talk was that if we hit 2.5 million players, the developers would go ahead and release a chicken jockey pet. Turns out we only got to 2.2 million, which I guess to them was more than enough, which to be honest, I don't see anybody complaining. I mean, 2.2 million is still absolutely insane, but instead of going ahead and milking it and leaving it for this weekend, they just decided to go ahead and release it. So that's really exciting. Curious to see what sort of passive ability this pet has, but that now leads us into this footage right here, which was actually posted all today. So basically every single leak that I'm going to show you from this point moving forward is literally just a couple of hours old. Now, at first glance, when you're watching this video, the most obvious thing here is going to be the comets that are falling out of the sky. Or I guess it's more like starfalls than really comets, because if you sort of take a closer look at them, it's like star-shaped things. So my guess is probably starfall. Now again, this is sort of like at first glance. Instead, if we now go like frame by frame, you'll start to notice a couple of other things. Like for example, when this whole entire thing starts, right back here, you'll notice there is now a red owl moon kind of like portal statue, something going on back there. Not 100% sure. If we fast forward to this point right here, you can actually get an even better view. It doesn't exactly look like a portal, kind of looks more like a tombstone maybe. Then the camera sort of pans over this way and we get a look at not only this red owl, but also another one that is right back here. I think what's pretty interesting about this is the fact that obviously all of the blue owls, or I guess the white ones that are right here, we know that are facing in the direction of where you talk to them. Unlike these owls that are sort of facing towards the outside. So maybe this is indeed a portal. I don't really know. Either way, man, a new sort of event is going to be pretty cool, as well as obviously the Starfall sort of like weather, I guess. I don't know, man. If I pause it right here, that definitely looks like a star. Now, shortly after that image was posted, we have this one right here, which gives us an even closer look at what this is. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm looking at this for the first time with you. So that whole entire dissecting that we just did, that last footage, was completely useless because now we actually have a real clear view of what this looks like. So if I'm sort of piecing this together in my head, in the first footage that we saw, it was nighttime and this entire sort of statue or tombstone is sort of out and the owl is following us around. Now it is obviously daytime, and if we play the footage, the statue starts to sort of go underground. So this might be something that we can only take part in for a certain period of time. So maybe it's a shop. I mean, that'd be kind of great. I feel like everyone collectively last week felt that the entire update was extremely pay to win. And for them to go ahead and bring a shop, giving sort of that same feel as like the Easter update would be absolutely amazing. And it would definitely give them a lot of kudo points with people. But there also is a couple of other things going on here. Like, for example, whatever this is in the background, it looks like kind of like peas, maybe some beans or something. And then on the right side, we've got ourselves what looks to be like a little panda. Honestly, man, some pretty good stuff. As I mentioned before when we were looking at the chicken jockey picture, it does mention there's going to be like new features and new gear. If you were present when the time that Jandel, a little bit after the update came out, he hosted inside of the Discord server a Q&A session where a lot of people were asking him a bunch of different stuff. And the one thing that I really noticed that a lot of people brought up a lot is the fact that some people have extremely tall trees, which I'm going to be honest, I don't really have any except for maybe like my coconut tree and of course the tomato one that I have on the side. But the one that I can sort of relate with the most on what they were talking about is my mango trees as well as my peach one. basically, the issue right now is that a lot of people are not able to go ahead and grab their things without just sort of like parkouring around. For example, if I wanted to grab some of my peaches, I would have to jump up here and then sort of just like jump and grab them as I go. Sometimes I'm not able to grab, like, for example, these up here. So a lot of people came up with some really good ideas during that Q&A session. I believe some guy came in and said that it'd be cool if we had like a special type of gear where we can sort of like shake the trees and everything fall down. There was a couple of other people that were recommending we should have a ladder so that we can climb up. And as I mentioned, out of everything that was talked about, this was probably the thing that was mentioned over and over and over again, to the point where Jandel, and I believe his name was Aiden, might have been Adrian, which is another developer, they were just basically saying that it would be a good idea and that they're going to see what they can do for this weekend. So I feel like it's pretty likely that we're going to get something along those lines as far as for a gear. Which one? I have no idea, but I'm excited for it because it's going to make my life a lot easier. I guess right now I just sort of have fingers crossed that we're going to get another shop with something that's going to be better than the Candy Blossom. Over the last couple of days, Moon Blossom and even a lot of the other crops that you can actually get from inside of the seed pack have gotten some pretty good buffs. I mean, to the point where they're actually a pretty good competitor to the Candy Blossom. Speaking of the event, I have so many Moonlit stuff in my garden right now, but I also have, once again, another full inventory of Moonlit stuff that I need to turn in. And as you can see right now, I am 7 out of 10. So let's go ahead and turn all of this stuff in. Can we go ahead and complete this all in one go? 341 points right there. I definitely feel like we can go ahead and complete this literally in the next 2 or 3 minutes here. Literally right before the next night event happens. But yeah, man, as I was saying before, really good amount of leaks right now. Definitely enough to sort of like build that hype and sort of get like the ball rolling on conversations on what exactly we could be expecting. All right, we've got another full set of inventory here. How much Moonlit did we actually pick up? A pretty decent amount. I don't know if we'll be able to go ahead and finish getting to the 530 here, but let's see. Take all Moonlit and 147. I think we might have done it, or we are definitely super close. Yeah, there we go. Oh no, dude, we were so close. There's no way. I have to have more. Hold on a second. All right, so we definitely had more of them, and I actually even have a lot more because all of my coconuts are full of them. Will this be enough? Let's see. 49. Yeah, we definitely completed that time. Let's go. Another owl for the books. Another 500 mil. There we go. Restarted. Now we basically have to clean out some of our tomatoes as well as a bunch of our coconuts here that still have Moonlit. And then we're ready for the next nighttime. Actually, I almost forgot. Let me go ahead and sell my inventory. How much are we going to get out of that? 681 mil. Not bad. All right, there we go. We got ourselves all the tomatoes, all of the coconuts as well that were Moonlit. I think we're pretty good. I see one more mango over here. There we go. We've got that. We got about 2 minutes left until nighttime begins. We're at a fresh start. Let's go ahead and turn in the last little bit that we got here. And we are starting off with 63 lunar points already. Now, I'm actually thinking about dropping a bunch of sprinklers right now as we prepare, just to sort of get the ball rolling here on things growing quickly. All right, there we go. We have all of our sprinklers down. Nighttime has officially started. We got 2 night staffs down and just an absurd amount of sprinklers everywhere. Matter of fact, I got to pick up all these raspberries as well, put them up for sale. Already we have some of the really large stuff growing. Look at the coconut up there, bro. Look at the peppers. Nah, this is crazy. We got a giant moon blossom growing here. We got a giant fruit growing inside of the Venus flytrap. Things are about to get real crazy, man. Either way, that's pretty much going to do it for all of the leaks of this video. I hope that you guys went ahead and enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section what you're looking forward to the most, as well as what are some maybe additional things that you would like to see. But yeah, that's going to go ahead and do it for this video. Like always, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.